They don't call him the monster for show. They call him that because once the bell rings, escape becomes a myth.
Really get behind him. And a lovely left to the body. Lovely shot. I don't know what the ref's doing. He's counting now.
Blink and you miss it. Lightning fast hands.
And Inoue missed there with the right hand.
Bone-crushing power.
Big right hand from Naoya Inoue. Maloney is down and hurt.
And accuracy so sharp it feels premeditated.
Right hand. Oh, a huge right hand.
But raw power isn't what separates Naoya Inoue. It's the trap. He invites opponents in, lets them believe they found a moment, and then erases them for daring to step forward. In this video, we dive into the most chilling knockouts of Naoya Inoue's career. So, sit back, don't blink, and watch the monster do what he does best. On October 31st, 2020, Naoya Inoue was at the absolute peak of his powers, holding the unified WBA and IBF bantamweight titles and coming off a jaw-dropping victory in the World Boxing Super Series against Donaire. The boxing world already feared him, not just as a champion, but as a force that crushed anyone foolish enough to stand in his way. That night, the opponent stepping into the ring was Jason Maloney, a man whose reputation demanded attention, whose punches carried serious intent, and whose confidence was as sharp as his fists. Maloney wasn't some untested contender. He was a relentless pressure fighter, a calculating threat, and a fighter who believed that one clean shot could end the fight.
I'm confident that if I hit him clean, I can take him out.
On fight night, Inoue wasted no time imposing his will, pushing Maloney back and landing thunderous shots that drew audible reactions each time.
That's a shot of his own. A few mistakes that he does make, leaving himself exposed and doesn't get off the line, but Maloney said, I've got to be quick enough, I got to be smart enough, and I got to be strong enough to make him pay as he takes another Inoue jab.
And he explodes with every single punch, so it's dangerous. You second guess it. Oh, man, nice
right
body
hand.
shot.
Maloney was trying to get out of the way and throw a right hand all at the same time.
That's a lot to process in just 1 millisecond. There's that left hook from Naoya Inoue here to close out the second round.
Oh, nice effort.
Maloney tried to fire back with some heavy punches, but Inoue met him head-on, refusing to give an inch.
There it is. Once again, the attack. Right hand, left hand.
My essentials packet, the right uppercut for Inoue.
That first step with Inoue is a lot for Maloney to process right now. He's thinking, trying to figure out what his next move is.
Had that power going from the bottom up. Oh, beautiful double uppercut from Naoya Inoue. Nice right there from Jason Maloney on the inside, using his strength, and he gets clipped by a left hook.
Is making Maloney forget his game plan. He forgot what he came here to do.
Ooh, left uppercut from Naoya Inoue, switches up, and now you see the legs of Maloney a little wobbly as he continues with the attack.
The relentless aggression from the free division champion left Maloney struggling to find space.
He's putting on Maloney right now. Maloney is a good fighter. He's a good quality fighter. And he's making him look ordinary.
Oh, nice counter to the body from Naoya. That's a hard thing to do when you got a guy who's sticking you with power.
He's being out-muscled. I mean, that power and that speed.
Mid-range, inside, it doesn't matter. He's controlling this fight. He's leading, he's countering, he's out-speeding, out-quicking, and he has more power than Maloney. How you gonna deal with that if you don't open up and try to get some respect?
You know, he gets a little enamored with this punching power. He just wants to admire his work at times, and Maloney is finding home for his right hand occasionally.
And there you see the finishing shots from Naoya Inoue as round 4 comes to a conclusion.
Well, it's special. You know, there's no perfect fighter. There's always going to be mistakes the fighter makes, but the question is, can the opponent do anything about it, or if they're going to have the courage to try to risk it?
Inside the trenches, but he needs to be careful because Inoue will set him up with a counter. He'll look to punch in between his shots.
Inoue's got the power advantage, the quickness advantage, and a 2.5-inch reach advantage, which we saw just moments ago as his jab got to its destination.
Yeah,
devastation.
Thank you. Thank you.
But sometimes it's, oh, big right hand there from Inoue, and Maloney takes it, and he takes 2 steps back.
Man, you look at that, just a quick little turn of the shoulder, half second, and you get hit with not just a quick shot, but a powerful shot like that. Trust me, that shot not only buzzed Maloney, but it hurt him. Just timing. thought Maloney was gonna throw a
In round 6, Inoue's punishing combinations culminated in a devastating left hook that broke Maloney's resilience.
5, 6.
Inoue's a good finisher,
7,
too.
8, okay, come to me.
Position to throw this left hook. Maloney came in with a double jab. You know, we're taught to, step in behind with the double jab. And if you don't do it from the right distance, well, you get set up with shots like this. Beautiful left hook right in between. Nice step back, a half a step back by Inoue. Nice check hook right there from him.
A lot to deal with, fellas. Power, speed, quickness, timing.
And he smells blood. He may be the monster, but tonight he's a shark going after his prey in Jason Maloney from down under. Big right hand once again. Supreme focus from Naoya Inoue as Maloney gets caught with another left hook as he leaves his jab out there. Cleanly yet, except for that big shot early in the round. But he lands cleanly there with that right.
Maloney rose bravely, but by now, he was just trying to survive.
As round 7 comes a big right hand from Naoya Inoue, and Maloney is down and hurt.
6, 7, 8.
It's over. It is over. Naoya the Monster Inoue on Halloween night knocks out Jason Mayhem Maloney. Right hand it was.
Inoue started this fight the way that he ended it. He just got on fire. He revved up his engine, and he was all gas and no brakes. He did everything. He showed speed. He showed power. He showed some flavor with his feet. And, you know, he ended with a devastating right hand like that. Maloney just made a mistake, threw a jab out there, and Inoue just took a half little step back and just made him pay with a brutal shot. You saw that coming. We were talking about this over the last couple rounds. It doesn't look like much is happening, but there's a lot happening, and you
Inoue's combination of speed and power ultimately ended the contest in a knockout, leaving everyone in the arena certain who the true master was. In May 2024, Naoya Inoue walked into the Tokyo Dome like a conquering king, with all 4 super bantamweight belts gleaming across his waist. His belts were a testament to the dominance he'd carved into boxing history. Japan's beloved monster was expected to deliver another clinical performance, but nobody in that arena could have predicted what was about to unfold. Across the ring stood Luis Pantera Neri, a Mexican southpaw with deadly power in both hands and a gaze that promised danger. It was a collision of 2 elite forces, and it did start and end with a bang. As soon as the fight started, Inoue pressed forward with confidence, but Neri would rock the boxing world to its core.
What could reveal itself early on?
That the fight could be ending on the other way. He can get knocked out. Neri has a tendency of getting caught early in fights and goes down. And I can tell you, if Inoue lands on Neri and he goes down, he's one of the best finishers in the game. He's going to finish the fight test.
Right hand coming through from Inoue early on, willing to fire it. 2023 Fighter of the Year. First Japanese fighter to win that Boxing Writers Award in 85 years. So he'll be in New York City June 6th to accept that. As Neri comes forward against the monster.
I like that from Neri. It's dangerous. However, when he got to be careful reaching right there. You're in there with a vicious counterpuncher in Inoue. But that sequence before this test, coming behind his double jab, just taking advantage of that low lead of Inoue. Inoue tends to bag out in straight lines. He drops that left hand, and when he throws the left hook, he has a tail. He drops that left hand first before he leads with that left hook. So that'll be a telltale sign. If Nori and his team has studied film, they'll know that. Neri right now doesn't seem spooked by the punching power. Oh! There it is!
Inoue goes down! Luis Neri with a first-round knockdown of the monster!
In the inside right here, you see Neri set up the shot. See the small uppercut right there, but you see when Inoue tends to throw one hand, that left hand, the opposite hand tends to drop. Poor fundamental habits right there from Naoya Inoue.
Luis Neri determined to deliver on it. Goes to the body with a left hand. Now on the inside, Inoue, covering up, tries to deliver a right hand of his own, an uppercut. Comes through, but Neri unaffected. He keeps punching.
Inoue found his footing in round 2 as he picked apart Neri's guard. Not long after, he returned the favor, but could the Mexican recover from the shift?
Stronger fighter. He's fought at 118. Now he's at 122. He's the bigger man in there, and he seems to be the stronger man as well.
Of course, the titleist at 118 and 122. And now, how does the monster react as he goes back to the jab? As you can hear this massive crowd in Tokyo trying to rally support for their hero. You have to go all the way back. The last major fight card was Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson in February of 1990. And then the first round of the showcase event in all that time, and the great Inoue hits the canvas. Round number 2 in that first round, Neri landed 10 power punches of his 15 total connects.
See, but Neri
Short left hand flooring Inoue.
But Neri seems to be changing up his attack, Tess. Right now he's trying to be patient. He's trying to catch Inoue out of position. When Inoue commits, he's out of position.
Oh,
there it is.
Inoue returns the favor.
Lunging forward. Neri again on the attack, coming forward, reaching with that left hand. You see him forward shift, and Inoue right there just filling that gap or that space with that left hook. Here he is reaching with the backhand. Inoue stepping back, has a single high shield. Oh, why don't you eat that, young man? Go ahead and sit down.
And Tim, that is a prime example of what you described in terms of elite technique and athleticism.
Yes.
You just saw it from Inoue. That was from about 4 to 6 inches away. And watch that back foot.
Feet and hand working together. That's a bad habit from Neri. I don't know if he was extremely hurt from that shot, Tess.
The monster hit his rhythm in the 3rd round, hitting Neri with sharp punches that got more violent by the second.
In that second round, he had a 21-4 connect advantage and scored the knockdown. So swapping 10-8 rounds to open up this championship event.
Inoue is starting to anticipate the offense of Neri. And he understands that Neri overcommits at times. He's just taking that half a step, sometimes a full step back to counter. When a fighter starts to anticipate, Tess, actions and reactions, that's when things start to slow down for him. Understand that. Things start to slow down. You hear that saying all the time. Does it slow down for you in the ring?
Right.
Yeah, it does. You know, the mind is faster than the actual reaction, which slows things down. So Inoue knows what he must do. He's starting to anticipate these shots coming from Neri.
His combination from Inoue. And now he goes with that right hand to the body. Remember, it was a body shot that caused Neri's only defeat of his career.
The technical prowess of Inoue right now, and the speed, the coordination, the punch placement right now is giving Neri fits. Neri understands that he can't compete with that. He's looking for that single shot. He's looking for Inoue to make a mistake to make him pay. If Inoue gets overconfident and throws too many shots and get a little bit greedy, there's a chance for Neri to be able to land his signature punch, which is that left hand, Tess. Good right hand. Inoue now is getting comfortable, getting in the groove.
Oh, there's another one, Timmy.
Yeah, he's getting in the groove now. Anticipation is on. Neri better change things up. He better start feinting, start using his jab.
Oh, there's another one that splits the guard. That right hand is being placed well by the monster.
Inoue's pressure intensified as each jab and hook cut through Neri's defense.
Advantage, and that was the first time an opponent of Inoue outlanded the monster in the last 46 rounds. 45 previous rounds, Inoue had more total connects until the first round tonight against Neri.
Neri's gonna have to compete with that speed. He's gonna have to compete with it with timing. Timing has a way of beating speed. Placing those shots in between the shots of Inoue. And he's gonna have to prevent that bomb from coming, Tess. His defense has to get better. He has to be responsible after his offense.
Four-punch combination from Inoue. There's that pop right hand. Again, it's finding the target. The undisputed champion finding more of his rhythm offensively after being floored in the first round.
Inoue seems to be softening him up right now. He's just taking advantage of those poor fundamental habits.
Oh, look at this! Little showboat, trying to draw him in and then firing off.
Round 5 was when the monster was fully unleashed and Neri was now a sitting duck.
Nearly connected with that left hook that scored the knockdown.
Yeah, the positioning of Inoue, top notch.
Oh, there's two right hands. Backs up Neri for a moment. Now he inches ahead.
See, positioning is the placement of a boxer compared or in relation to your opponent. You know, when you're facing the southpaw in his overstance battle, of course you need to have lead foot dominance. Inoue, he's having his way with the lead foot. Neri is constantly moving to his left towards the right hand. That's why he keeps eating those right hands.
Good right hand returning fire. Neri stepping forward and Inoue welcoming that. There is a certain sound to the combination punching of Inoue that's very distinct. Perhaps an opportunity for Neri, but with them comes great risk. Like that!
There it is.
There's the risk with no reward! Left hook scores the knockdown again!
Being calm in the storm. You see right there, just found a little gap right there. Lead hand is down of Neri on the inside. Inoue noticing that. He's attempted there, just missed off the mark, but he dips under. You see his eyes. He's looking right at Neri. He sees those hands. Pull away from that face.
When we talk about punching technique, Tim.
Look at this.
When you talk about the ability to turn a punch over in the last few inches of the delivery system.
Yes.
Under 30 seconds to go, facing one of the great closers in recent boxing history. Here comes the monster. Right hand, stood up to it for the moment. Inoue on the attack.
With Neri in a world of trouble, all Inoue had to do was hit the final nail in his coffin.
Champion, but there are levels to this game. And guys like Inoue and Bud Crawford are currently just on a far different pedestal.
That speed and quickness, Tessa, you alluded to it. The accuracy and how he's able to generate that power from short distance like that, with that much torque, that much power. It's brilliant stuff right there from Inoue.
Just stands up to that offensive effort from Inoue, from Neri, and fires back. Oh, his right hand. Combination up top.
This almost over, Tess. Neri can't keep taking these type of shots over and over and over.
What do you see as a potential finisher here, Tim? There's the right hand! He just answered the question! As Neri has crumbled and the monster has roared! He's done it again! Of Luis Neri, Tim, there are not enough superlatives to paint on this performance from the second round on.
No, not at all. And that finish right there, I mean, what do you say, Tess? And look at the way Neri hit the canvas, knees buckled, got hit with an uppercut, short uppercut right there on the inside, but then that short right hand has that type of effect. Like, gosh, that's just different level of technique right there and punching power. That's God-given stuff right there. You know, Tess, you know what the difference is really with the Terrence Crawfords or the Inoues of the world? Their athleticism is godly.
The win spoke volumes, yet Inoue had been dazzling fans for years, with one unforgettable performance coming against Kohei Kono. Kohei Kono was a proven warrior long before stepping in with Naoya Inoue in 2016. A former two-time world champion, he had never had an easy night's work, but on December 30th, 2016, something felt different. As Kono made his walk to the ring, the familiar confidence that once carried him through title reigns and the Fight of the Year slugfest was missing. This was supposed to be his chance at redemption, a late career surge against one of boxing's fastest rising stars. Instead, it quickly became clear that he was standing across from a force operating on an entirely different level. On fight night, Inoue began patiently, stalking Kono with predatory pressure.
そして河野浩平、チャンピオン。画面右の井上尚弥です。赤いライン、河野浩平。緑のこのフランクスです。さあ、右ボディ。さあ、具志堅さん、井上サイドから見たポイント、どういうところになりますか？
いやいや、もう立ち上がりがやっぱり速いね、スピードがね。はい。いい立ち上がりじゃないですかね。
そうですね。はい。いい立ち上がりを見せています。そして長谷川ポイント、この試合どういうところになりますか？
まあいかに中に入って打ち合えるかで。
さあ、右のアッパーも出してきました。一つこのアッパーというのが河野対策として重点的にやってきた部分でもあります。ところをこれポイントにするものなんですか？井上君は、右のフックだ。なんと河野公平が出てきた。河野公平の右。
いつもの1ラウンド目よりもかなり動くという意識を。
井上尚弥です。あっという間に2分経過。いや、前に出ている河野。
今の河野選手の。
冷静。さあ、ボディから左。一瞬河野体がこの試合も交錯します。さあ、細かいパンチは井上尚弥。河野の右は空振り。だと話していた井上尚弥、その距離感をこの第1ラウンドで掴んだか。さらに最後強烈なボディ。さらに左ジャブ。ここで第1ラウンド終了。日本人対決。世界戦績をご紹介いたします。第1ラウンドの立ち上がり、いや、山中選手、このまず河野の
出てきたということもあって、井上君は冷静に。
The monster started to open up, snapping Kono's head back with quick combinations that immediately exposed the growing speed and timing gap.
河野の右、左を返した。具志堅さん、これも両者早いラウンドで決めようと。
そうですね、河野選手も立ち上がり悪くないですね。もう本当に気持ちが強く出てますね。
そうですね。はい。いや、両者がすごい戦いになりました。日本人対決。さあ、前に出る。左のボディ。井上尚弥。
少しずつ後半にかけて効いてくると思いますね。はい。感じだと。
相手にダメージを蓄積させて、
顔面へのパンチが見えにくくなりますから。
あ、そうなんですね。
注意するところもそうですね。
今は上のパンチを。顔面のパンチを井上尚弥が使ってきます。
左の使い方がうまいです。
左のジャブですか？はい。さあ、しかしボディから今度は左のフック。河野が返します。さらに井上尚弥。右。とにかく今右のそのパンチが強くなった。そう話す河野、右のボディも出しました。井上が詰めていきます。今度は左のボディを返して河野。両者の距離感。さあ、じわりじわりチャレンジャー河野を追い詰めていくか。右を返してくる。左のボディー。とてつもない音が効いた。これは効いている。ボディが効いている。さあ、前に出て井上尚弥が詰める。距離を詰めてくる。井上がさらに攻め込んでまたボディー。ここで両者の位置と位置が完全に交錯しています。
後半にいいボディをもらっちゃったんで、
ここからですね。
Kono tried to stay light on his feet and circle away, but Inoue followed effortlessly, landing clean shots whenever he decided to engage.
なかなか引きずりますよ。
はい。
福永さん。
はい。
チャンピオンサイドですけれども、指摘をしていますね。ボディから右のストレートあるいは左フック、この辺りにつなげていこうというその指示です。
下だけじゃなくて上も飛んできますからね。
そうですね。
福永さん。
ダメージも効いてますね。
ただ河野が前に出た。
いいですよね、これは36歳。
福永さん、河野陣営ですが出てますね。前に出た方が井上はやりづらいという指示が出ています。
接近戦へ行けというのはチャレンジャーさん。いや右のボディ。飛び込んでる右河野。山中選手、河野選手は何をどうすればこの状況を跳ね返せるんでしょうか。
引いたからといって下がればもう、井上君の
今も2発ボディを出してきました河野浩平です。ショートアッパー右のボディ。いや河野も出ます。すごいですね。
やっぱり前チャンピオンですからね。
防衛できずに WBA のタイトルそれをなくしました。ただそこから WB をすぐに世界チャンピオンを取り戻すそのチャンスを河野浩平は得ています。左の深空振り、しっかりと相手の動きを見極めて距離も取ります。そして離れ際からこのボディの
分けもしっかりしてますしね。
井上チャンピオンもですね。
攻め急がなくても、当てれる自信も多少はあるんでしょうね。
とにかくでいます。さあ河野はしかし距離を詰めてきた。そして右のフックを出します。第3ラウンド終了。井上尚弥のこの連打、この3ラウンドで圧倒してみせました。さあ第4ラウンド。
The fight turned increasingly one-sided as Inoue toyed with his countryman, banking rounds while punishing him in calculated bursts.
話を井上尚弥がしていました。ただただ井上は強かった、そう回したい、そう思って望んでいる。いやー、河野が出てきた。
河野さんの気持ちも強いですね。
おそらくこれは山中選手、相当ダメージは。
出だしの失敗を悔やんでるっていうところもありますよね。
そうですね。さあここは右。
やっぱり
左も行く。チャンピオンというそんな思いで戦いますと、そんな話もしていました。いやそして長谷川穂積さん、
河野選手はこういう接近戦で、この戦い方をしないとでも後半も厳しくなっていくので、
距離を詰めて、さあこの距離、この接近戦、ただ接近戦自分はちゃんと対応できるんだ、そう話していた井上尚弥。どうなんでしょう、この距離というのは。
冷静に見てるんで、パンチをもろに食らってるわけではないんで、
全部勢いがついてくると思うので、この戦い方でいいと思います。
愚直なまでにパンチを重ね、思いを込めたそのパンチ、河野浩平、的確に強烈な一発一発を打ち込んでくる。いなして左、井上尚弥は的確にここはさばいていきます。そして左のボディ、さらにいく。ちょっとこれは効いたか。相手にダメージを蓄積させた。
すごい気合入ってますね。
具志堅さん、何かここ2試合は消化不良の戦い。
Kono showed genuine heart and fired back bravely, refusing to fold, but nothing he landed slowed Inoue's march forward.
シルバーのトランクス、井上尚弥、世界タイトルをかけた戦いはこれが10度目。今は右のこのアッパーというのが一つ。
1ラウンド目からね、ちょこちょこ
うまく使っていけという指示はずっと出ていますね。
そうですか。
でそして相手に打たせて、そしてカウンターを取っていけと、そういう指示が出ています。
気をつけろと、そして左のジャブで作っていけと、井上はその後右で合わせてこないから心配せずに左のジャブで作る。
入りづらくなりますからね。
そうですね。
ちょっと悩むところです。
接近したい。いやー、接近して、そして右や、そして左。長谷川穂積さん、河野いってますよね。
いや、河野選手
来るようになってきました。
もう一回ジャブから組み立て直しましたね、井上選手。
そうですね。
もう河野さんは井上君相手にこれしかない。
いやー、覚悟決めた、その男のこのボクシングスタイル、河野浩平、破壊力のあるパンチが打てるようになったと。河野離します。その河野の今は右が2発。第5ラウンド終了。河野浩平の意地が井上尚弥を捉えている。すごい世界タイトルマッチになってきました。山中選手、アッパーから一つリズム直哉というラウンドでしたが、
それでも前に出てくる河野さんに対していろいろ考えながら戦ってるんで。
Inoue closed the show violently, detonating a brutal left hook that sent Kono crashing to the canvas before sealing the finish moments later with crushing right hands.
そうですか。
今のラウンドを続けていこうという声が飛んでいました。
そしてまた前に出ます。河野が前に出てきた。
効いてますね。
河野浩平は立てるか。河野浩平は立てるか。
In the end, though Kono's toughness earned him respect, it could not save him. Naoya Inoue delivered the first stoppage loss of Kono's career, ending 2016 with a chilling display of precision, power, and composure. It wasn't just another title defense, it was a warning shot to the entire division, but many still tried, only to get their careers ruined. Many like Filipino veteran Nonito Donaire. When Naoya Inoue first met Nonito Donaire in the World Boxing Super Series final, the world expected a coronation. Inoue had just dismantled Emmanuel Rodriguez like a sparring partner, and many believed the 36-year-old Donaire was simply the final obstacle before the monster claimed his throne. But what unfolded that night shattered every assumption. From the opening bell, Inoue brought speed, precision, and violence, yet Donaire refused to fade. For 12 brutal rounds, youth clashed with experience as Inoue pressed forward through pain, fighting with one eye, while Donaire countered with veteran timing and unbreakable resolve. Both men were battered, exhausted, and tested to their absolute limits. When the final bell rang, Inoue emerged victorious, but Donaire walked away with something just as powerful: universal respect. That first fight didn't end a rivalry. Years later, they met again, not as a phenom versus aging legend, but as unfinished business. And this time, the outcome would be very different. When Naoya Inoue and Nonito Donaire stepped into the ring for their long-awaited rematch in June 2022, fans braced themselves for another brutal war, but Inoue had other plans. This time, with the WBA, IBF, and WBC bantamweight titles on the line, the Japanese superstar wasn't interested in drama, nostalgia, or prolonged suffering. From the opening bell, he made one thing clear: that this was no rivalry anymore. It was a reckoning.
Inoue on several occasions in the first fight, and sometimes gets overlooked because of his beautiful left hook. The Japanese crowd getting into it here, Dre.
Yes, good shot right there.
You see the jab of Inoue there with the counter right, and now a left hook from Inoue. One punch at any moment. You won't want to blink because they both have dynamite in their punches.
Which is impressive because the fighters are still warming up.
Nice left hook there from... Second time in this series.
He's hurt right now, Bernardo.
The bell was his greatest ally.
Everything, Inoue was winning that round, but nothing crazy had happened until it did. A quick right hand to the temple of Nonito, and it sat him right on his butt. He didn't know how he got there. He just realized that he was on the canvas, and that's the type of explosive power that we've been promoting this fight with. They both possess it, but Inoue's is a little bit different, and we saw it on full display in that first round.
Sensing blood, Inoue went hunting in the second round, and it was brutal.
See that right hand from Naoya Inoue. Inoue, you have to pick your poison. Now it's a left hook that rattles Nonito Donaire. It's devastating power, and the legs of Donaire are not all there.
And Donaire needs to get himself together before he tries to load up, but that's not in his nature. He wants to draw Inoue in, even though he's hurt, to try to land his own big shots.
You see another vicious left hook from the monster, Naoya Inoue. Body shot from the monster.
Looks like Donaire has made up his mind. He's going to fight fire with fire, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse.
Drops Donaire as he's able to somehow manage to find his balance. But Inoue might have been better to just go down, Dre, because Inoue is going to work here. And the left hook now does put down Donaire in round two. And this fight is over.
That's
What
it.
an impressive knockout victory for the monster.
Wow.
In just 2 rounds, Naoya Inoue erased the memory of their first epic battle. The monster didn't just beat a legend, he dismantled him, standing tall as the undisputed king of the bantamweight division. In that moment, Naoya Inoue stopped being just another dominant champion and became the face of boxing itself. He became a fighter who blends precision with brutality, calm with destruction, and respect with fear, all without theatrics or noise. He doesn't chase attention, the results drag it toward him. So are we watching the most complete fighter of this generation, or is Inoue still only scratching the surface of his legacy? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because the monster's journey is far from finished, and the next chapter is already on the way.